I would say yes, absolutely an MVP. I don't know where her place is for this WrestleMania. I don't know if she has a place in this WrestleMania unless she finds herself a tag team partner, which to me would be pointless. And they get something going with her in the tag team because we already have our championship matches. And
Right.
usually outside of those championship matches, there isn't much of a showcase for the women unless we get something for the women's tag team. And so I don't know unless we do some sort of equivalent of the Andre Battle Royal, or if they try to do something where they can do a number one contender match. I don't know, but it just would not seem to me that she's got a spot on this WrestleMania card.
Can I offer you Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi?
Sure. Because it's
that pre-show, night one or night two?
You got 2 full nights of 18 hours of wrestling. You can find a spot for more women's matches, especially the way they are right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you the way it's going to play out.
I know.
Yeah. But Gabe, I guess to Brois's point, if you're trying to build on something with Tiffany Stratton, then here you are. You take on a veteran like Naomi. I'm not saying that Naomi is someone that you push over, but I mean, you could just tell that Tiffany Stratton is on her way in a great way. I would say my second choice would be Rhea Ripley. We knew that it's her country. She's in Perth, Australia. She's in the main event against Nia Jax. Guys, let me just tell you, that is the best Nia match Jax I've ever seen.
100%. 100%.
And give Rhea Ripley credit, but give Nia Jax credit as well. It wasn't just because they had time. It's because the story was built and Nia Jax was built as a powerhouse. Could it be that she could be able to win against Rhea Ripley? It had that Hogan Bundy effect from like WrestleMania 2, right? Big opponent, and here's Rhea Ripley, kind of definitely a babyface in her own home country, and she's trying to fight from underneath against Nia Jax. That was a hell of a main event, but it said more for Nia Jax moving forward as a heel as much as it was for Rhea Ripley winning that match and being in the main event.
Yeah, Nia Jax deserves so much credit for the way she has improved. Like, she's one of the people that when she got cut, everyone's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, she's only there because of Dwayne. It's the only reason she's there. She has improved so much and is so much better in the ring and just watchable and entertaining. And her as this dominant heel, I didn't know she had this side. And maybe it's just us wanting that instant, like, oh, we got to see something. It is impressive to where you can sit back and say Nia Jax main event in a pay-per-view, and it made sense.
Yeah, and more than just because they were tip of the cap to WWE for finally figuring it out. Hey, when you're in that person's home country and they're a big attraction, put them in the main event. Like, it's not that hard to figure out, where they haven't always done that in the past. But yeah, she was fantastic. Tip of the cap to her. I mean, I had also Rhea as my number 2, but my MVP of Elimination Chamber was Logan Paul. Because, Logan, he delivered in the match, and did him selling the RKO was fantastic. Yep. Like, he's got, and the camera work on that, he's got the brass knucks, he's got his fist raised to the air, he's ready to go, and all of a sudden, RKO out of nowhere, right? And the way he stole that, he's just laying there, he might as well have been dead, right? Like, he was not moving, he was eating the pin, but then he comes back and then, was able to knock out Randy Orton. But also, the Sharpie skill inside the pod was tremendous. Like, him being able to draw the devil horns and get in there. Kevin sucks, but he's writing it backwards so the camera actually picks it up. Like, this guy just gets it. We talk about it every time we get any sort of extended action, extended time of Logan Paul. This is a guy who gets it. He gets professional wrestling. He understands the assignment, and every time he steps into that ring, he ends up delivering. So Logan Paul, to me, was my MVP of the Elimination Chamber.
And also, you need to check out, you mentioned the writing in the pod. That's something we didn't see until social media. Also going around, WWE tweeted out today, he's laying on the outside after that RKO, selling a back injury. He's like, I can't move my back. Like, I can't move. And then he pops up to cost Orton. But, like, that just goes to show what an asshole he is, like, what a heel he is. Like, it is perfect. He is so damn good at this.
And this sets up what I think should be a match, and that's Randy Orton against Logan Paul.
Yep.
That sets up that match. And by the way, guys, I'll call it now. If that's a match setting up for WrestleMania, that could steal one of the nights.
Yep.
It could be that silky smooth between the two. We say this all the time. And I know that the old heads, those that were in wrestling for years and years and years, they are pulling their hair out. How can Logan Paul be this good now? How is this happening, right? But he is that good. And so if you get that against Randy Orton, Logan Paul against Orton,